And that's the most critical thing with AI, which Expo has, is it gives you the roadmap to solve the problems. Here's your problem, here's a solution. Now, I've been using Expo for 3 years. It has shaved off at least 50 to 60 basis points in hourly labor. It has reduced turnover by 30%, and that's hourly turnover. When you do the multiplier effect of 3 brands, dramatic savings. It's reduced management turnover. It's given my team back time that they can work on guest experience. They can work on team member experience instead of in the office. Using AI, which Expo does, they create financial outliers and an action plan for my managers. So if I'm the general manager, it populates what percentile I am versus the system in each of the KPIs that we track, and an action plan of what I have to do to focus to get my restaurant better on any outlier areas. So here's it's not just reporting the news, like I said, it gives you the solution to the news, which is extremely rare. I think that's exactly what separates Expo. When people go, hey, can I eat with Expo? It not just reports the news, and a lot of sources just give you the news, the report gives you data, but this actually helps my managers solve the problem. And that's the most critical thing with AI, which Expo has, is it gives you the roadmap to solve the problems. Here's your problem, here's a solution, which is unbelievable. There's not another system out there that I know that gives you a solution to the problem. And that's why I utilize it. So it's a secret squirrel Expo, and it's one of the reasons why we utilize Expo is the AI features that gives us what the problem is per restaurant and where I land versus everybody else. It gives a competitive set also. I look at it as return on investment. Everything I do gets an ROI. And I've been with Expo for 3 years. And if I didn't get an ROI, we wouldn't have put it on the other 2 brands. So believe it or not, I'm a business person also. But I've seen guest counts increase. I've seen our bottom performers increase when it comes to total KPIs. I've seen our labor and turnover and hourly decrease because we have a flashlight on it. We can see when the turnover increased, what month it was, who were the managers, and we can have action steps. I've seen my management turnover decrease because it identifies a problem, and my team's job is to solve the problem. Now, I've been using Expo for 3 years. It has shaved off at least 50 to 60 basis points in hourly labor. It has reduced turnover by 30%, and that's hourly turnover. When you do the multiplier effect of 3 brands, dramatic savings. It's reduced management turnover. It's given my team back time that they can work on guest experience. They can work on team member experience instead of in the office. There's multiple factors of why I would recommend Expo. And the cost is, you always look at it, the cost versus return on investment. I have pure physical return on investments with labor, turnover, cost, actual versus theoretical reduction. And I can drill into PPA and drive sales in a particular restaurant, particular day part. So it has helped my organization when it comes to profit and performance. One of the reasons I do believe that we went and had one concept. 3 years later, we purchased another concept, and we just purchased our 3rd concept over a year ago. And we'll continue to grow because we are very efficient and effective with the help and utilization of what Expo provides. Well, right now we have 3 companies under Expo, under Dividend Restaurant Group. We have Romano's Macaroni Grill that started at Sullivan Steakhouses, and then Eddie Merlot, which we acquired about a year ago. So Eddie Merlot is fully integrated into Expo, and it's a paradigm shift for them. And what I mean by that, they were using Excel spreadsheets for sales and guest counts. So it was emailed out every day. It took hours for it to come out. It would come out at 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the afternoon. And by that time, you can't make decisions when it comes to labor, guest counts, or sales. So when we rolled Expo out, and you have sales that roll in the morning, you have labor that rolls in the morning, and all your data points are rolling in, you have the ability to act first thing in the morning to make any adjustments that you need. So when it came to the success story, the Eddie Merlot team, which didn't like change, because anytime you're acquired, you might be hesitant about change. This was actually a positive change compared to where they were before. They couldn't run their business as efficiently and as effectively because it took them longer to get data, and they had it from all different sources. And sometimes those sources put out different numbers, right? So there's an extreme amount of buy-in with the team because it's easy. If you make something that's easy for the team and gives you very valuable data points, there's a lot of buy-in. And the 3 brands that we have utilize this on a daily basis. Yeah, why you should use Expo comes down to a few things. Number one, it saves you a tremendous amount of time. It's a one-stop shop. I mentioned that earlier. It identifies the things that you do well, and it identifies the areas of opportunity. It helps you create an actionable plan of your deficiencies to get better. It has saved myself and my team time and has held them accountable, right? Because data, it holds people accountable. Like, you can't hide. I was talking to the DO earlier today, and he thinks he's performing well. And I said, one of my feedback always to him is, look at Expo, look at your data, right? It's not what you think, it's what you know. How are you doing? Where do you land with the other DOs? Let's go look at turnover. Well, I'm in last place. Okay, so now how you doing? Everybody in our organization has access to Expo. So from the top all the way up to, from our restaurant managers to our GMs, to our executive chefs, to our DOs, to our VPs, to our corporate team members in the RSC. Anybody has access to every number we have. Visibility is critical for a culture of our company and for change. If everybody's not aligned with what the true number is and where we're at, we can't make changes. So even our admin at the corporate office would know where our sales are, where our guest traffic is. So she or he is working on the same things. So it heightens accountability. Visibility heightens accountability. I am an evangelist of your product. You guys have been incredible. Everything I've asked for when it comes to everything that I was looking for from a program you guys have created, and given me exactly what I'm looking for to make my life easier, my company's results higher. And I speak from the bottom of my heart. Like, I couldn't have done this without you guys. And I really couldn't have.